As we dive into the annals of Packers history, let's take a moment to reflect on a significant yet turbulent season back in 1991. The whispers of trade rumors and potential changes are buzzing around Green Bay again. But let's not forget a day when the Packers' defense truly shone, turning the narrative in a most unexpected direction. So, where are you watching from, Packers fans? Drop your location in the comments and share your thoughts on this pivotal moment in our team's history. The Green Bay Packers came into that 1991 season with high hopes, but as we all know, hope can be a cruel mistress. By the time they faced off against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, both teams were reeling, each sitting at a dismal 1-6 record. The Packers had just suffered a humiliating shutout at the hands of the Chicago Bears, and with 4 consecutive losses under their belts, the pressure was palpable. Coaches were on the hot seat, and the fans were growing restless. Yet, in a game that would be forever remembered as the Bay of Pigs, the Packers managed to put together a defensive masterclass that no one saw coming. From the opening whistle, it was evident that both teams were struggling to find their footing. The Packers faltered on their first 2 drives, but so did the Bucs, and it wasn't long before the tides began to turn. Tampa Bay was plagued by penalties, and when quarterback Chris Chandler dropped back to pass, he was met by the relentless Matt Brock, who forced a fumble that was scooped up by linebacker Brian Noble and rolled into the end zone. Just like that, the Packers were up 7-0. Noble described it perfectly, crediting Brock for the play that changed everything. This was a team that needed a spark, and they got in a big way. The momentum continued to build as safety Chuck Cecil intercepted Chandler at midfield, giving the Packers prime real estate to capitalize. Although they couldn't punch it in for a touchdown, Chris Jack's 34-yard field goal pushed the lead to 10-0, and the defense was just getting started. Bryce Paup made his presence felt by stripping the ball from Reggie Cobb, allowing Leroy Butler to recover at the Bucs' 23-yard line. Jack's 43-yard field goal extended the lead to 13-0, and it was clear that the Packers' defense had decided today was not going to be a day for the faint of heart. The first half showcased a relentless Green Bay defense that forced turnovers on 5 of Tampa Bay's 7 drives. The defense was a wall, stifling any hope the Bucs had of mounting comeback. In fact, they held Tampa Bay to a mere 170 yards, a feat that would leave any defensive player grinning from ear to ear. Chuck Cecil summed it up perfectly. Knowing the Bucs had to throw the ball allowed the defense to unleash their full potential. As the second half unfolded, the defense continued its assault. New quarterback Jeff Carlson faced the wrath of the Packers' D, with Isaiah Tualo intercepting him and rumbling down the field for a 23-yard return. Tualo had visions of the end zone dancing in his head, and while he didn't quite make it, the Packers took full advantage of the turnover, with Dom Majkowski connecting with Tite and Ed West for a touchdown. The Packers were cruising at 20-0, and the Bucs were left scrambling, searching for answers. The final nail in the coffin came as the Packers capped off their scoring with a drive that wasn't predicated on a turnover, a rarity in this game. A blend of solid passing from Majkowski and a powerful 4-yard touchdown run from Vince Workman solidified a commanding 27-0 victory. And just as it seemed Tampa Bay might claw back into contention, Jerry Holmes sealed the shutout with an interception in the end zone, ensuring that the defensive dominance would not go unnoticed. Coach Lindy Infante acknowledged the significance of the win, stating it was a great feeling that beats the hell out of the alternative. But let's be clear, this game was more than just a win, it was a statement. Center James Campen emphasized that championships are built on defensive strength, and on this day, the Packers' defense was nothing short of championship caliber. However, we all know the reality that followed. Despite this shining moment, the Packers would go on to lose their next 3 games, finishing a disappointing 4-12. Infante's dismissal and the subsequent hiring of Ron Wolf and Mike Holmgren would mark the beginning of a new era, one that would ultimately lead to the acquisition of Brett Favre. But on that day in 1991, while the season itself was a struggle, the defense showed what it could do when all the pieces fell into place. As we reflect on that defensive masterpiece, it serves as a reminder of the potential that lies within this franchise. The Packers have faced their share of challenges, and as we look at the current season, we hope to see that same fire ignited once more. With trade rumors swirling and fans eager for a revitalization, We can only hope for a future that resembles the grit and determination showcased on that day against the Buccaneers. Now, let's shift our focus to the next chapter in our ongoing saga. In a surprising twist that has caught the attention of fans and analysts alike, the Green Bay Packers have not only made headlines with their six-man draft class, the smallest in franchise history, but they have also made a bold statement by signing their most expensive group of undrafted free agents ever. This strategic move raises questions about the team's commitment to building a competitive roster and how they plan to navigate the challenges of the upcoming season. Leading the charge is Nigella Kelly, an edge rusher from Central Florida, whose contract includes a staggering $265,000. This is a significant increase from the previous record held by defensive tackle Nazir Stackhouse, who received $165,000 last year. This trend signals that the Packers are fully aware of the fierce competition for roster spots and are willing to invest in talent that might otherwise slip through the cracks. What's particularly noteworthy is how 4 of these undrafted rookies are set to earn at least $215,000 in guaranteed money. This is a stark contrast to Green Bay's final draft pick, kicker Trey Smack, who received a signing bonus of $206,532 but has no guaranteed base salary. The financial disparity raises eyebrows and prompts us to question the overall strategy behind the draft selections and the prioritization of undrafted talent. Green Bay's commitment to undrafted free agents has been evident with the signing bonuses awarded to 10 players, reflecting a keen recognition of potential where others see risk. Players like Auburn offensive lineman Dylan Wade and Illinois offensive lineman Josh Gesky, both of whom received $15,000 bonuses alongside substantial guaranteed base salaries, showcase the Packers' willingness to secure promising talent. Each of these players carries a total contract value that could significantly impact their chances of making the final roster. The breakdown of guaranteed money reveals an intriguing narrative. Kelly, Wade, Gesky, and a few others are set to earn impressive figures that enhance their likelihood of sticking around as the team shapes its final roster. Yet, we must tread carefully in how much weight we place on financial incentives. While money talks, it does not guarantee a spot on the 53-man roster. The Packers' history with undrafted free agents is a cornerstone of their recruitment philosophy, and General Manager Brian Gutekunst has consistently emphasized the genuine opportunity available to these players. He noted that the organization provides a level playing field regardless of whether a player is drafted in the second round or is an undrafted free agent. This philosophy has served the team well over the years, leading to a remarkable streak of 21 consecutive seasons where at least one undrafted rookie made the team. However, as we analyze this approach, it's crucial to consider the implications of financial investment versus the actual on-field performance. While Gutekunst has confidently stated that the community should feel assured that their local talent will receive fair opportunities, the reality remains that success in the NFL is often dictated by performance, not just potential. As fans, we must ask ourselves, will these financial commitments translate into tangible contributions on the field? The Packers are banking on the idea that they can unearth hidden gems from this undrafted class, but there's no denying the pressure that comes with high expectations. The upcoming season will ultimately reveal whether the Packers' investment philosophy will pay off. With a mix of draft picks and undrafted free agents, the team is crafting a roster that reflects both tradition and innovation. As we look ahead, it will be essential to monitor not just the financial figures, but the performances of these players as they fight for their place in one of the league's most storied franchises. Now, as we transition to the next segment, the anticipation continues to build around the Packers' roster decisions and how these recent signings will influence the team's dynamics moving forward.
As we close out our look at the latest NFL draft buzz, the quarterback discussion is heating up, and it's critical for fans of the Green Bay Packers to pay attention. The Packers have a storied history of success, often attributed to their strategic foresight in selecting quarterbacks, and it seems like the trend is only going to intensify in the years to come. Recent drafts have shown us that the quarterback position is paramount for success. The Las Vegas Raiders made headlines by selecting Heisman Trophy-winning quarterback Fernando Mendoza with the first overall pick. Similarly, the Los Angeles Rams, despite being on the cusp of Super Bowl glory with Matthew Stafford, opted for Alabama's Ty Simpson at pick number 13, signaling a commitment to long-term success over short-term fixes. This is the kind of foresight that has kept the Packers competitive for over 3 decades. In an intriguing early mock draft for 2027, analyst Rob Rang suggests that quarterbacks will dominate the first 5 selections. Topping his list is Arch Manning, the talented nephew of football legends Peyton and Eli Manning. The Miami Dolphins are projected to snag him at the number 1 spot, and it's easy to see why. Manning brings a combination of physical attributes and a mental toughness that few can match, a product of his family's legacy. It's a reminder for Packer fans that we, too, need to keep an eye on the future, especially as our own quarterback situation evolves. The Arizona Cardinals are expected to follow this trend by taking Oregon's Dante Moore at number 2. Moore's decision to stay in college for another year seems to be paying off, as he is poised to be a top pick after developing under head coach Dan Lanning. Rang even speculates that he could have been the second quarterback taken last draft had he declared early, illustrating the depth and talent available in this upcoming class. The Cleveland Browns' quarterback situation adds another layer of complexity. They've drafted 3 quarterbacks in the last 2 drafts, but are still rumored to be targeting another one in 2027, LSU's Sam Leavitt. This kind of behavior underscores the volatility and unpredictability that can engulf teams that fail to find their franchise quarterback. The Packers, with their rich history of quarterback play, must ensure they don't fall into a similar quandary. Rang's projection of 5 quarterbacks going in the first round of the 2027 draft reflects a growing emphasis on finding that franchise signal caller. Other names to watch include Julian Sayin from Ohio State and Lenora Sellers from South Carolina, both of whom are expected to make significant impacts at the next level. As we reflect on these developments, it's essential for Packers fans to consider the implications for our own team. The NFL is evolving, and the stakes have never been higher. The franchise must be vigilant, evaluating talent not just for immediate needs, but with an eye toward the future. Where are you watching from, and what do you think about the Packers' potential moves in upcoming drafts? Let us know in the comments, and be sure to subscribe for more in-depth analysis and updates on your Green Bay Packers. The future is bright, but it requires us to stay engaged and ready for what lies ahead.